Hi my friends, welcome back to my channel. It is so good to see you. I hope that you're doing well. So it is officially that time to can some beans. That's what we did yesterday. We just got 7 quarts done. One of these days I'm going to bring you a video of what the seed looks like, where we got the seed. We put the seed in the ground. This is how it grew. This is us picking the beans. This is us stringing and breaking the beans. This is us canning the beans, and this is us cooking the beans. I want that video to exist on my channel. This season of life, we are going to be building a house on our property, and so eventually it's going to make it a lot easier for us, but right now we're running back and forth, and it makes it difficult because every time we need something, we've got to go up to, our property to get some jars and to bring it back down, and that's where my husband's at right now. He's went up to get another mess of beans to bring them down. So eventually it's going to be a lot more simple and easier to can things and to preserve food and to get things done. I have a toddler, by the way. Eventually that's going to be an easier situation for us. After we get this mess of beans done, we are going to be moving on to freezing corn, and so that's going to be our main focus coming up next. Also, just with growing the garden, I mean, it's really hard to grow a garden when you don't live right beside it. We work as a team with our family, and so this is just what we've been able to come up with this year. And actually, this batch of Frank Shaw beans, this is a family heirloom seed that we use. We're picking it about a week late, and some of them, they're too big, they're tough, and they're a little bit more on the yellowish side. So they're not the best beans that we've ever had, but this year we're just doing the best that we can, but the Lord willing, next year it's going to be a different situation. But let's go ahead and run through the batch of beans. They're already broken up, so now we just need to get them put into the jars and then get the canner going. It takes, when you're breaking the beans, it takes about 2 hours from start to finish. This isn't a tutorial, but I thought that we would just run through a batch of beans so, you could kind of see that process. So the first thing that we do is we just wash the beans and then you go through them, because sometimes the beans will get little bugs in them. That does happen occasionally. Now, like I said, these are not the best beans that we have ever made. These are little pieces, and you see like a lot of whole beans, because like when you would cut into the green bean to string it and to cut it up, the ones that were really tough, you just take the beans and we would just save those so nothing gets wasted. After we get the beans put into the jars, this is an important step. You have to shake and beat and slap the jars, which this part is actually exhausting when you're doing beans and you're doing multiple batches at a time. But you really want to pack them in to get as much as you can in there. And this is also to help prevent little bubbles that will come up in your jars as well. Now it's time to add in the water, and we just reuse the jugs that we buy, but we actually use mountain spring water that comes straight out of our property. I don't think it necessarily matters what type of water that you use, but that's what we have, so that's what we use, and we fill it up to the first rim. Now here in a minute we're going to use our tool, and we are going to pack the beans down one more time, and then you can adjust your water levels from there. What we can every year is green beans. Now we did do some Malibu beans last year and the year before that. Those are not my favorite. Those are a sweeter bean. They almost taste like maple syrup to me. If you've ever tried the Malibu beans, let me know. But my husband absolutely loves them. But I just love the white half runners, which is basically the seed that we're using here, but it's just a family seed that we call the Frank Shaw beans. We also do okra, we'll do squash, and we freeze corn. And, every now and then we'll make pickles and jams and stuff like that. But once we get settled in our new place, it's going to be easier to do that. But that's what's going on here, is we're just packing the beans down before we check the headspace. The headspace is going to be important here to make sure that your jars are going to seal correctly. We do eat a lot of green beans, and thankfully my son happens to love green beans. He's one green bean eating boy.
And we also grow watermelon and cantaloupe and tomatoes and just a wide variety of vegetables. We just grow things that we know that we are actually going to eat on a regular basis. Green peppers is another one of those. But in this season of life with a toddler, it definitely takes two. Somebody has to entertain the baby because, you know, it's dangerous to have the pressure cooker in here around him. So I'm entertaining him while my husband is getting everything ready. So next, we're just going to wipe off the tops of the jars. You most definitely want to make sure that these are really dry, and the same thing with the lids. We just washed those off. These were new lids, but they ended up, you know, being dusty where they've been sitting in storage. So, you know, you just want to wash everything down. And now that everything's dry, you can put the lids on the top, and then we're going to put the rings on here in just a minute. And, you know, you just want to make sure that you put your rings on pretty tightly, you know, just to make sure that you've got a really good seal going. Right now, we are still eating beans from 2022, and I have to say that those beans from 2022 are the best beans that we've ever canned. Like, they were just the most delicious, and they didn't have all of these beans in here, and they were just the perfect beans. But that's okay. These are still edible, and we're going to thank God for them. And we've already got the water in the bottom of our canner, so now it's time to put the lid on there. And what we do is we get it up to 11 pounds for 25 minutes, and that's what's going to do it. That's how you're going to seal these green beans, and they're going to last for years and for years. This weekend, it will be time to pick another batch of beans, break those up, and do some more canning. On this time, we ended up doing 21 quarts, so that's pretty good for, you know, a full day's worth of work. And so after they get done, then you just take them and you're going to set them on the counter for 12 to 24 hours to completely cool before, you know, you want to try to put them up. Now, we are going to eventually have 2 burners going, and we're thinking about going with gas burners, and, you know, we'll just do it outside, and that way we can have 2 pressure cookers going at the same time. You can do 7 quarts in one batch, so, you know, it would be really nice to have 14 quarts going in one batch at one time. Of course, we had to test them out, so we like to put bacon grease in ours and just salt and pepper, and they turned out delicious.
I do have a super exciting update for you, and it is that we have officially began building the house. As of yesterday, they moved the equipment onto our property, and then as of today, they've officially started to dig the basement. And so this is happening. It's go time. I was going to take you up on our property and just show you the progress that had been made, because I haven't even seen it yet, but we're about to get terrible storms, and so it's just not going to be good for me to get the baby out in this. But David got off from work and he come by and he got some snacks and he picked up a few things, and he's gone up. He's got some stuff to do, and he's also going to be bringing corn back down because I'm going to blanch it and start freezing it. That's what I'm going to be working on the next few days, is corn. So I'll just have to take you and let you see it when I see it in the next few days. The only thing is, this year there has been so much rain, so many thunderstorms, so the weather has not been great for building a house, but you know, it's gonna be okay. And then we also did see today that diesel was like $5.60 something, which means that everything in the grocery store is about to go up. Everything that comes on a truck is about to go up, and that includes building supplies. And also, you know, during hurricane season, building supplies go up. So, I mean, we're just going to have to pray about it, make good decisions, and just surrender it to the Lord, because this is the time. We prayed about it and we feel good about it, and we know that, you know, everything is aligned up, and now is the time that we're going to do this. And besides that, even though things are very expensive, like, they're not going to be getting any cheaper right now. So it's just time for us to go and do this. So I have also been looking at kitchen cabinets from Home Depot. So if you have ever got cabinets from Home Depot, please let me know. How do you love them? Like, what was that experience like? Because I am really leaning toward that's where we're going to get our cabinets, which I have plenty of time to make that decision. But we did get quotes for red oak, and what was the other kind of wood? I don't remember what it was, but we're talking like $25,000 to $30,000 just for the cabinets. That doesn't include any like Lazy Susans or pull-out drawers or handles or countertops or anything. So I can't get on board with that. I feel like the quality of these cabinets are going to be just as good as custom built ones. And these are also made in the USA. There's 2 different brands. And you've got Craft Made, and then you've also got Cock Cabinets. So I've been going through these and looking at all of the options, and we've looked at them in person. And so we're going to schedule to go and sit down and talk with somebody. But I think, honestly, that I'm going to end up going with the Craft Made, because we have family members who have these cabinets and they've been very satisfied with them. We have plenty of time to get that done, but I already have my countertops picked out. I have my handles picked out. I mean, the more stuff that we can figure out now and make decisions on, the better we're going to be, because we're going to be getting some serious decision fatigue along the way. I'm sure of it. But anyways, it's very exciting times. So now we're going to go ahead and cook some supper. Let's see, what time is it? It's 5:56, so I usually cook around 5:30, 6 o'clock. So let me just go ahead and change into a t-shirt and get a little bit more comfortable. I did put on like an outfit because we were going to take a before picture, and we're still going to take a picture at some point. We should have already had that done, but us standing where the front door is going to be, and then when the house gets built, we'll take, you know, another picture, like a before and after. So I just think that's going to be a lot of fun. But yeah, let me go ahead and change, and then let's make some supper. Bless you, baby. Don't mind all this piled up in the corner because real life is going on over here. But I've got a pound of ground beef that's thawed out, and I'm going to use some of the McCormick taco seasoning. By the way, this is one of the taco seasonings that has the cleanest ingredients in it. And Michelle, you said you make your own taco seasoning, and I'm thinking that I'm about to do that as well and put it in like a mason jar. So stay tuned for that. But I think I'm going to put some black beans and some corn in the meat just to bulk it up a little bit. And we're going to use some of this cheese. That's from Aldi. And I'm going to make it like a potato taco bowl. So I'm going to use some of these potatoes. David will use Ortega taco sauce and probably hot sauce. And then I love the salsa from Aldi. It's my favorite. And maybe a little dollop of Daisy sour cream. So super easy, but it's going to be very filling and very delicious. So
I have been seeing everybody's back to school hauls and their pictures. So at this point, I guess everybody has started back to school if you go to public school. And I have just been loving watching all of the content, even though, you know, it's totally not relatable to me in this time of my life. But I'm always open to learn from other mamas. So you'll have to let me know, how did back to school go for you this year? So last Thursday, the baby and I, we went to Goodwill, and I was really shocked to see how many people were out shopping back to school. People were buying school supplies, which I love to see it, by the way, and also they're shopping clothes. Although Goodwill and then Carm is the other ministry store that is large, like a corporate thrift store in our area. Both of those can be pretty pricey unless you're going in there for like something specific and they have it and then you get it for like $10 or less. Then I would say that it's a good deal. But we have other stores in our area that are ministries that support animals, and then homeless shelters and like women with certain needs. I mean, we have such a variety of thrift stores, and a lot of them, their prices are really good. Like, you can get really nice shoes for $3. Usually the pants are $4, the tops are $3, and then we also have a lot of sales where you can put a bunch of stuff in a bag and get it all for $5. So we're very fortunate to have so many ministries in this area that helps folks out. But while I was in the thrift store, I had just walked in and we went to the shoe section. It's just right there at the front of the store, and there was this family, and I'd only got a little bit of a glance of them, and I don't even know how many there were. I would say there was at least 6 kids, and then there was the mom, and the little girl that was in the cart, I would say she had to be probably maybe 9 or 10 months. She was a little thing, and she was just so cute. But there was one little boy, I would say maybe 10 or 11 years old. He started playing peekaboo with Arthur, and Arthur absolutely loved it. He was laughing so loud. He just loves other kids, and he thought it was just the funniest thing ever. So we were just laughing, playing peekaboo, going through the shoe section. And here in just a few minutes, they ended up on a different aisle, and I heard the little boy, I don't know which one, come up to the mom, and she added it up. She said, okay, that'll be about $45. So she said, we need to put back either a pair of shorts or we need to put back a pair of pants. And when I tell you that I was broken in that store. Like, I just wanted to hit my knees and just squall. And never in my life, did we ever shop secondhand, thrift store, anything like that to get school clothes for me. Actually, I was very spoiled. We'd go to Tanger Outlets in Sevierville or Pigeon Forge, Tennessee, or wherever I wanted to go, and I got whatever I wanted, We never shopped secondhand, and so it just broke me to think that, he had to put back a pair of pants or shorts. And I know everybody has a budget, and it's wonderful to stay on budget, but there's just something about that hurt me so bad. And when the little boy come up and said hi to Arthur, you could tell they're poor. Obviously, his clothes were wrinkled. They weren't clean. They didn't really match, and they didn't actually fit him that well. I'm not telling you this to pull at your heart. I'm just telling you this because I just want you to open your eyes and just to be aware of your surroundings when you're out and about, because if your eyes are open and you're looking, you don't have to look very far to see somebody that might need a little bit of extra help. And if you have, the extra means while you're out and about, then what is the harm in maybe helping somebody just a little bit in this situation? $10 or $15 made or broke this family, and the mom was talking about that she was going to try to look for herself a pair of shoes, but it just wasn't in the budget. And I'm not saying to toot your horn, because you're not supposed to let your left hand know what your right hand is doing. And actually, if you go around and you tell everybody your good deeds and what you did, then the Bible tells us that that's the only reward that you're going to get, is the praise that you get from man. But when you do things in secret and you do it for God, then God is the one who is going to reward you openly. And even if it's not in this life, you're storing up treasures for yourself in heaven, where thieves cannot break in and steal the things that you have, and moth and rust to rust the things. Like, the things here in life are actually really not that important. So I just want to tell you this to keep your focus where it needs to be. Life is all about perspective and just focusing on, what's really important in life. And if we ever get the opportunity to reach out and to help somebody else, then, do it. Take advantage of that. Here's what the baby's plate looks like, and trust me, he's going to eat every single bit of it. He is such a good eater. Now, there are a few things that baby won't eat, but for the most part, he eats just about everything that we eat, and I'm very thankful for that. In fact, I'm very grateful for a lot of things. Like, I am just so blessed beyond measure, that we have food to eat, we have access to a washer and dryer, we have central heat and air. There's just so many needs with so many people, and whatever you do to the least of these, you're doing that unto God. And when you get to heaven, these are things that He's going to ask you about. I mean, were we selfish? Did we only think about ourselves, or did we help someone else?
Made anything like this, like a taco potato bowl, you should definitely try it, because it is so delicious. And with the black beans and the corn, it just adds that much extra fiber, and it's just really filling. Like, I won't snack the rest of the day because I'll be so full from this. So delicious. So the baby and I, we're gonna eat our supper, and then I want to share something with you because I got a little something for the baby.
So I bought this play kitchen probably like 2 or 3 months ago from Goodwill, and actually you and I set this kitchen up together, and he loves it. But the thing of it is, it's the drawers are just not deep at all, and there's no storage. And I was at the thrift store and I seen this one and I thought it was just so adorable. First of all, it's smaller, and the aesthetic of it, it's just way cuter in my opinion. Although I don't like always having like boring toys. I am a colorful mom when it comes to toys. I love all bright colors, but this storage right here is what got me. There is so much room to put so much stuff. So like all of his little fruit and cutting boards and all of that will fit in there. And the best part about it is this was only $8.32 to be exact. And it did have some crayon on it, but I wasn't scared of that. And like the lady said in line, you could probably take a magic eraser and just get that off really easily. So I was just gonna get this cleaned up. I just want to take the sticker off and then get the crayon marks off of it and just wipe it down, make sure I get all the dirt and all the dust and stuff like that on it. I looked up other play kitchens on Facebook Marketplace, and most of them were like $30 or more. And so I gave $12 for it, and I decided to post it for $20. And that means if I make $20 on the play kitchen and I paid $12 for it and $8 for the new one, then that means I'm going to make my money back on both of them. And then this little kitchen here is going to end up being free. So it worked out really well.
When I think about His grace, this freedom, something like a woman prays. I'm grateful for the loving that you gave. It's so amazing. No matter who we are, we know you'll never change. I'm in awe of how you keep doing something amazing. My reins as He ushers friends and family, I say, in His shelter. No matter where I turn, there's blessings in my face. I'm in awe of how you keep doing something amazing. He's always away doing something amazing because of His grace.
I moved the kitchen over to this side, and then I also put the leaf in the table over here on this side. I just need the leaf in there, not only for like get-togethers and little dinners that we have, but I just need the leaf in there for like organization, or if I'm doing something to lay some papers out, or you know, go through something. So I ended up putting that in there. I have a ton of dishes that I need to put up, but look how cute this little kitchen is. And by the way, I got a message this morning from a girl who wants to buy the other kitchen, so I'm going to be meeting her. But I've got his vacuum cleaner, his broom, his mop. This is his refrigerator. When you open that up, it plays noise. It has food and stuff in it. And then his little play knives. I've got a skillet there with my eggs and sausages. And then down here, I've got this bowl of fruit, another little cutting board, got some measuring cups, and then I'll get him some bowls or something to go in here. I'll look around. And then his little cart right there. So anyway, he loves it. I just think it's cuter. It takes up less space. And so, yeah, that worked out well. Supper all over your shirt. Anyways, you gonna show him your kitchen? Say, this is my kitchen. And I love it. You don't even know, but it does this. See? Did you know that? You didn't. Oh, you didn't know that. Now you know that. Does that make it even more cool? Yeah. So, between. Yeah, is that cool? Yeah, I know. So, the mop and the broom, they were each $1. The vacuum cleaner was $3. I don't even know about that kitchen. Somebody actually gave him that for free when I purchased this mat. The mat was $10. All of this fake fruit had come from the Goodwill. It would come in a big bag for $6. And what else? Oh, his little basket over here. It was like $1, but I added it up, and all in all, I have like $23 invested in all of this, including the mat, including the kitchen, including all of it. So definitely shop secondhand for kids' toys, because I cannot tell you how many times that I walk in and I see these toys that are priced at like $1 and they're in like great condition, they still work just fine, and then I go to Walmart and it's like $30 or $40 for that same item. Like, it just doesn't make sense, you know. That he's gonna love it the same, which he loves everything. Oh boy, he's so smart. But anyways, Daddy is on his way and we're anxiously waiting for an update, and he said that he is going to take some video for me. And so I'll be sharing that with you really soon. But anyways, love you. You keep fighting that good fight of faith. Oh, careful, sweetheart. And the Lord willing, we'll see you again very soon. This also does have an option on the back of it where you can pin it to the wall. So I may have David screw that in. That's the first time he's ever tried to pull up on it like that. But it does have the option to pin it to the wall if you want to. What's that? A mouse? You show you a mouse? Yeah. Say bye-bye.